Oh. Alrighty. It's time for the finale! If this freaking trial takes that long, man, I'm going to lose it. Anyway, to justice! Off we go! Huff, huff. Grr, hello. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You cannot run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, this game's been so cool. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. Ow. Yes, it has been a very interesting case. It's been a very dark case, too. I've had this dream before. Someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. But yeah, welcome. Yeah, we're ready to do this. It's gonna be difficult. Oh boy. Beep. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? You just really want to punch in the wound, don't you? So far, it's been the best case. Yeah, it's been a good case. Not as wacky as the circus case. That case was something to behold. Oh look, it's the jerk. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Grr. Now listen up. You better get a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. But yeah, it has been a very interesting case. It's that cursed guard again. Beep. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? They left me to join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're gonna do everything we can and find the killer. We can get Maya out, then you can get guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true, I could do that if they found Maya first. Got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we got, just like you. Oh, and I just dozed back to classic outfit. Yep. It's now in the cycle of everything. But yeah, we're gonna cycle through the outfits like I did the first two. So, hello. I'm doing good. How about you? I hope it's good. We pretty much just started we haven't even gotten into the trial yet, so. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Beep. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. Strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. Ya hope. March 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of man and guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. What was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? English. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she's guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews had nothing to do with committing the actual murder. Yeah, she is guilty of a crime, but it's not murder. Those are two very different things, man. One has a bigger sentence than the other one. I don't know what the difference is, but I don't want to find out, because I don't need the IRS after my butt, because I looked something up. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Cordia was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Ungard. Alright, we're right into it. What a surprising turn of events! That face is hilarious, sorry. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. We'll see. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Oh great, I get to do Will Powers' voice. Again. Now then, witness, state your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah.
Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, my poor buddy, Will Powers. We love you, Will Powers. I respect you, and you deserve respect.
Oh, sorry, Will, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But you know, I didn't actually get to see that when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungard's room.
Okay, sure.
Visit to Matt's room.
After After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I guess with me that night, I couldn't make them wait for me.
Okay, so this was before we got to the hotel, is my guess. Okay. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Power's testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungar was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're going to have to charge it in head first, right? Joy. Alright, well, I'm gonna save real quick. Cause it's gonna be time for who knows if I clicked the wrong thing day. After the Oh, so it was after the ceremony. After the award ceremony, I went to Matt's room. The defendant's room? Why did you go there?
Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother of sort, and I wanted to say congrats.
Why are you so quiet? What's wrong? Why'd you stop?
Mr. Wright!
What is it?
You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you?
He just asked a question. He's not asking good morning to you. Hopefully you slept well. Like, frickin' Powers, we just started. I just asked one question, like, why'd you go to his room? Like, you wanted to say congrats. Okay, that's all we asked. Goodness. Huh?
I know I'm just a poor underpaid action actor, but I'm not the killer.
Powers. Why did you jump to that conclusion? No one said you were, Mr. Powers.
No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the Miss Witness suddenly turns into the bad guy.
That is technically true. Every time? Witness will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
Sorry.
So you went to the defendant's room, and then? Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Are you sure that was Matt on guard?
Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then.
Poor Powers. Yeah, poor Powers. He has so much trauma from when he was accused. And then seeing Wright in action has made him very scared to be on the witness stand. But yeah, no, not every witness is a bad guy. Very big difference. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defense doing, standing in front of the room? He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. At first? What do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray.
Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Look, it's orange juice.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think of that, Mr. Wright?
That could be pretty scary. Yes, he can. Yes, Mr. Phoenix Wright can be he can be intimidating. I won't deny. It's just like he asked one question and it was like, no, he has not accused you of anything. He hasn't said anything. Unless he implicated himself, there's no reason why Phoenix would think, oh, you're guilty, Powers. Alright. How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry.
I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. Two of them a while, but they gave up and went back. Okay, you saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
You know, I did feel something weird.
Goodness, Power's voice makes my voice go,
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them?
Not more than a minute or two, I think.
So I couldn't, at that night, yeah, so I couldn't wait. Let them wait. I never thought of how others look at Phoenix because we read his thoughts. He's not intimidating at all. Well, yeah. Well, if you're imagining this guy and he's like banging the defendant, the defense attorney desk, he is kind of intimidating. He's also got pointy hair. But yeah, so who are these guests you're talking about? I wonder who it could be, Phoenix. Could it be you?
You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway.
This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state, ended up focusing on her. I don't even remember him leaving. I see. In any case, from this story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Afterwards, I went by myself. Okay, so we went through the entire thing. Am I supposed to find some contradiction in here? I went through every single... But then I went back. I guess with me that night, I couldn't make them wait for me. I went by myself to Matt's room, standing there. He was talking to me, and at first I thought it was about them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. Is this the one with the tip? Let me see. Now, did you notice anything strange? Okay, so it is the second one. Because he said it was strange that he gave a tip. Okay, let me see. What do I have? Seems like the next way is to confess something after the pole ceremony, stage show. I have so many things. Stuffed bear, credit cards, last photo, figurine. That doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that doesn't... Picture in the hallway right after the murder. Time of death, 8:15. It's like, well, that's where... My only guess is maybe this. Nope. I was like, I don't know. I think I clicked every statement. So I don't know what you want me to do. Leave his seat that night. I don't remember. Okay, in any case, from a story, probably won't have gone for very long. talking with someone. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. He gave him a tip. I'm just like, I don't think it would be the wine glass, but like none of this matters. This doesn't matter. No, let's do a Hail Mary. Nope. I'm like, what do you want? What does the game want from me? Oh, the Juan and Cordia's rooms were across. I thought they were more apart from each other. No, they're like, they're very close. Like, literally, you could walk across the way in like a minute flat. Less than a minute, probably. It just looks further apart because of all the gifts that Cordia has in front of his room. Like, he has way too many gifts from fans that just completely cover this half of the place. I don't know what it would be. I don't know what it would be. Alright, I guess I will consult the guide because I'm kind of like, huh? What do you want from me, game? It's the first thing, and I'm like, Oh, weird. Wait, so I have to... Standing there. So, you want this? Is it? Okay. Are you sure that it was man on guard?
Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask back then.
Okay, can't be mistaken. Okay. First I thought it was the... Is it this one? At first, what do you mean by that?
I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
Alright, so we're doing this. How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a sec. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated...
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Like, how would I have known I had to go back a statement to get him to say something? That's so weird. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Oh, yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? If some voices are pushing on you, don't push it to the police. They're not, like, bad. It's just, like, Powers, for some reason,
makes me want to spit sometimes.
Who knows? I have tea, so it's fine. And Powers is only gonna be here for a little bit. It just ends up that... It's not as bad as, from a different one. Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right?
Alright. I gave the bellboy a tip. So we have this. Now, I haven't been spoiled on what I need, so that's good. So you gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Oh, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pitcher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments should I ask about. Hello. Welcome. Guard's tip, I guess. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree?
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court about how much you would say the defendant gave to the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash.
A roll of cash? What?
Just out in the hallways, just like,
Here, buddy, gives a giant roll. There you go, buddy. Wait. What? Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash that can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Wait and see. I don't think I need to raise an objection, do I? I don't know. I guess wait and see. There's nothing I can really object to here. I mean, who can argue that a fat roll of money isn't really hot? So supposedly that roll of cash was not a tip. Then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? The wiggling of the finger, it's like, great. Isn't it obvious for the murder of Mr. Wong Cordia? Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Oh boy, we're getting right into it. Hold your horses now. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the Killer? He is the person the police special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer.
Really?
What's wrong, Mr. Powers?
Oh, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out.
That got really loud, sorry. Oh?
Actually, I saw the bellboy again later on that night.
What? Oh boy. Oh boy, this is getting... We're ramping up already. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Right away.
The second time.
This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw early came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Cordia's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean...
Thank you very much. That's all we need for now.
Oh? But I'm not done. There's still more.
Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer, then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. Alright. Well, we have progressed. Alright. This time I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. Okay. And what time was it?
Oh, well, I don't remember. The warrant said we're ending around 8 p.m., right? And when I went to bathroom pretty soon after that, and then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. by that time.
You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers?
Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats.
Well, I don't blame you. And that's when the bellboy came out of the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy?
Yeah.
And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform, after all.
But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face.
Yeah, you think? You wouldn't miss those from a mile away. Ugh.
So I'm sure it was the same guy that was talking with Matt.
So which room did the bellboy come out of? When I say room, I mean Juan Cordia's room. The victim's room, huh?
Yeah, the one with all that with the really pretty Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan Cordia. It's Juan's room, alright?
Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now that I think about it, bellboy did seem kind of out of place. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next?
Oh, well, the bellboy was empty-handed.
Empty-handed?
That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you?
I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers test my slide or try to pull a fast one? Sure. What am I gonna say? I don't trust that Edgar or the judge are gonna get on my butt about it. It's their favorite thing. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy.
But there really is.
There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplemented with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well, this court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please.
Yes, sir.
I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest room empty-handed. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed?
Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy...
That's so wow.
He was holding a tray in his hand. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it.
Juice? What kind of juice was it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice.
I mean, really, they could be empty-handed because they're going to go pick up something. Yeah, it's true. That's why... It's interesting. I get that what they're saying is that him being around the room with the nothing is kind of weird. But yeah, it's not that unusual. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we could dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. So he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. So it's gotta be this statement. And then... he had tomato juice. How about this? Haha! It's such a wild hill to die on, but very unbred for this game. Yeah. It would just be like one little piece that could be added on to, like, hey, this bellboy's a little suspicious. Because if you think he is this assassin person, then it would make sense to think, oh, that's kind of weird that he doesn't have any weapons and Uh... Where is it? He died because his cause of death was strangulation with a scarf. So it would be like, huh, so he has no hands, so there's nothing in his way to cause that death. Something like that would be interesting. Mr. Powers.
Yes?
You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true.
But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and...
So, a baseball has stitches.
Are you saying
all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, if they had weird stitches, then yeah.
Cool. Well, there's also, what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. Right there. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Cordy's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, right there, anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. Definitely not an adult drink. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Cordio's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
Oh!
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. But you can prove that But can you prove that Mr. Cordy was already dead at that time?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
I blame you for leading me down this route.
Wow. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you'd like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black leather ones. Oh, all the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves? Why didn't you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind.
Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on, Mr. Wright, the bellboy was wearing black leather ones.
So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? Are we making this joke twice in a row? Yes.
Go.
But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. Ugh. Seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony.
The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more.
Okay.
Oh joy. If this went bad to worse. Joy. This second meeting.
After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room, and then the old guy just left without me even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat.
So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room?
Yeah, I kind of just saw all that by accident.
Some accident, I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Oh boy. If we weren't in a tight place before, we're now just, the boulder is just falling. It's like up on that hill and it's rolling toward us and we're like, well, now we're gonna get out of this one. Knocked on Matt's door. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying?
Excuse me? I may be poor, underpaid action act star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying.
Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers?
Oh, from the door of the bathroom in my left eye. It's sort of a sneaky spy-like.
I knew he was spying.
Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know.
He gave something to the person inside the room. I said, hold it.
Okay.
That's better. Ahem. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us more details.
Okay.
Should I probably ask him only one question at a time? About the person inside. So who took this something that Bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
Only an arm? Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah.
Well, it was Mr. Unguard's room, correct? So it could have only been Mr. Unguard himself, I'd say.
And then, what did the bellboy do after that?
Oh, after he gave the person inside the room the thing.
Then the old man left without even going into the room. Alright, let's see the other thing. About this thing. He gave something to this person?
Yeah.
And what was this something?
I remember what it was. I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I?
But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers?
I think it was something kind of small.
I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you can see was the person's arm.
Yes, it was just like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, is all of this really that important?
Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the most importance. This is whenever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off.
Well, let's see. I think it was no.
If you remember, please add it to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I didn't think it was. But I think it was some sort of wooden statue? Like this? Okay. A statue?
Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know?
Looks like for this trial to proceed, going to have to come up with whatever this statue thing is and how and show it to him.
You're going to have to trust your instincts on this one and take a chance, Phoenix.
Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that? The other guy just left. Okay, so I think it's this bear. Since it calls it a figurine. Okay.
Called that? What was the point of that pregnant pause?
Where did that ejection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor.
What is it, Phoenix?
I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw. Was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Well, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
If I recall, we found this at Madame God's mansion.
At the defendant's house? Joy, if this wasn't a big enough problem. What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Surely the killer assassinated Juan Cordia in this room, and then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
Then the bear being found at Mr. Ungard's mansion would mean...
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ungard is the killer's client.
Goodness, I couldn't say that. I'm struggling. Rick. Order, order. Order. I said order. Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia.
No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. If you hadn't showed it to the court, I'm sure your friend Andrew would have.
I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it's clear that there's no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we overlooked. Joy of joys. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright? There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored.
What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? Power's testimony, the bear itself. It's one of these. I don't think Power's testimony is the problem. It's covered in many thin cuts. The bear itself. Let's try that. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? This was found in Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh, I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible that it was Mr. Ungard who took this bear to this mansion. That is true. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew. Disaster averted. It looks... Oh no, he's back. To trade this.
You haven't gotten to the best of me yet, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
I remember it clear as day. I remember when you muttered to yourself at God's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape.
I can't believe it. That butler, all this time he was the killer.
The killer and Ungard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Ungard Mansion as his butler.
What a bold move.
The bear figurine was brought back to the Ungard Mansion by the killer himself.
Hit the robot arm.
When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Ungard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now.
This is too much. Isn't there anything I can tack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to? I plan to expose a clearly shady place in Mr. Power's testimony. What? Is there still one? There is indeed, Your Honor, and it is quite a questionable point.
What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear. I guess we're just going in the circles. There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear.
He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... Why are you questioning? What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why.
Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered who took the bear.
What? Really?
I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm. It was the nickel samurai arm, I swear it.
I want to see this. Do we have the... Oh yeah, he really does have a... I don't know why I've completely... didn't realize he had this complete mechanical arm. It's like, oh yeah, he does have a mechanical arm, doesn't he? You've got to be kidding.
Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was the nickel samurai.
Order. Looks like you've dug your own grave, yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. Probably 3.
So the person who took in this little bear was the nickel samurai. And we all know Metagod is the nickel samurai.
Kind of. Thanks to the fence, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Man on Guard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand out my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you?
I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? Raise an objection. But now that's my verdict. There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only way I have left is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these 2 reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number 1, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number 2, that the very same figurine was found at the Ungard mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The real client? Yes.
Is this all you have?
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who did you say is the killer's real client and therefore the real murderer? I'm sorry. Adrian Andrews. Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Man on Guard for the crime. By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume.
Oh! Then the nickel samurai arm that I saw.
That could have very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. On Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figurine at Mr. On Guard's mansion? It was well laid trap by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either.
Yeah, because you can't say because she admitted to wearing it, so... Ha 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 ha. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell On Guard did it. Can't believe the defense will go this far as to pin their guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's murder of all things. This is to save Maya, this is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me. This is one fight I can't give up on. Order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Joanna, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game.
His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory.
Thank you, Edgeworth. Even though you're a pain in my side, thank you.
Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it was strange and wondered, Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear?
He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear down guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it?
Absolutely. And I'm certain that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who would clear all doubts against Miss Andrews.
And who would that be?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself.
Alright, we're back into it again. I see. Well then, we'll take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will bear its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage, don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt on Adrian.
I swear this demon will pay. Oh, trust me, we all despise him. We all despise him. Who gave him a drink? It's in court. Okay, Mr. Nick. Pearls, where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Is it Maya? A really strong power. Who is it, Gumshoe? Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. Beep.
How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal?
Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto.
Phew, that's good, pal.
And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are?
We still don't have any leads, but
What? We don't have any more time.
if we just had...
Goodness.
If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful.
I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. A tent! 10. I could see a circus tent.
Or I could see a circus tent.
Mia!
It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me.
So it was Maya that was called you away.
She's locked in a dusty little room right now, but I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away.
Gumshoe, is there a circus tent or circus in town right now?
There's only one, pal. The very big circus.
Maya's somewhere within 300-foot radius of the main tent.
What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on the map. Run a 300-foot radius for the main tent. Hurry!
And
And?
I could see his mailbox under the window just outside.
Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox.
Okay, what else?
What else, Mia?
I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. Couldn't see anything else. Felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her, an old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there, just a little longer, pal. Wish me luck. Wish us luck.
Good luck. Finally! Maya will be safe.
I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal?
Mia, Maya's not hurt, right?
She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved.
That's the worst thing you could do to Maya.
She loves food. Gumshoe, please hurry.
Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix?
It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this, I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Yeah. She woke up for a few minutes and she was like, called her sister like, I'm awake, please. I need your help. Let's go. Because, hey, it's the only way they can figure out where she is. We have literally no leads. Yeah, I believe in the gumshoe. I believe in the gumshoe. Because he's our only hope, man. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Courtroom number 3. Alright, we just gotta last a little bit longer. Court will now reconvene.
To kill the man who murdered the victim handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand.
Hello again.
Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand.
Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Ann? Excuse me.
Very good. Have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have.
You've seen it before?
That's right. It's only a natural the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to the bear's secrets? All right.
Why does she... The bear figurine.
Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center, it's a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
It's a jewelry box? So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it?
Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Well, yeah, we had the thinker as a frickin' clock, so I guess anything can be possible in this world. Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Looks like there really is something to that bear after all.
Oh, boy. Here we go, go. Alright. Elaborate puzzle. A puzzle?
That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Correct order can be taken apart one piece at a time. So you can take it apart? And how would one go about doing that?
Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in.
Oh, yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. My gosh. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it.
So what did you find after you take the puzzle apart?
It's a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. How did you know about this?
I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one.
So it was a present from Miss Andrews.
Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
Interesting. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. Oh yeah, because it's got scratches on it. So, who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's broken.
You can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Is this where you kept, like, the papers, the stuff that we've been elusively looking for? Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or a jewel box?
I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. Ungar didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Figurine updated. A wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Cordia and Andrews know how to open it. Why are you wagging your finger, Edgeworth?
Well, Mr. Wright, if you ever have come to realize, I think you've even come to realize, that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this: that the sparrow is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this: what is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please.
Oh boy, we get to see what's inside the box. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. And I wanted to make a joke of, yeah, this box will be open, but the FNAF box will never be open. Badoom-ching. Haha.
I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a note?
I don't think we need to guess at what it is, do we, Mr. Wright?
I don't know. Can I see it? It's the note? It's her note? It's Celeste's note? The note? Haha. Hey, you laughed. It was bad, but it was beautiful.
The note left by Juan Cordia's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden by the victim, Juan Cordia himself. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting.
Thank you, it made me chuckle. Well, that's good. That's good. It was supposed to be corny. I know it was corny. That's all I have to say. No one can deny that FNAF is corny on its own. But it fit so well.
And she's just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she died.
But then, if that's the case, why until now did Adrian Andrews not open it? Since she looked all over the place for it, and she gave this to Juan, did she never think to look at it? Since that's what she was looking for. Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan.
You're so right, to be honest. Yeah.
When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Everything is at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now the suicide note has been found. What's the next logical question?
What is written on the note?
That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of this note become known. Can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it. For her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop.
Please, unless it is not related to the case. I'm guessing it's... I don't know what's in her note. It's sad.
Your Honor, if you would please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all that had happened to her. but being used and then thrown away by Engard. And about being engaged to Cordia and Engard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided in her despair to, you know. And that's all Miss Impax has to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Engard. Then what? Our intent, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. But the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. Oh yeah, that would kill his career instantly. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word. Madame Engard values above all else is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he has to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Celeste note. Found inside the figurine, it tells of Engard's horrible misdeeds. Oh, it's just sad. It's Engard's fault that woman died.
And this time he even went so as far as to kill someone to stop it from revealing that.
How terrible, what a selfish person.
I guess there's a sign of lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too.
The jury's always filled with the same people. It's not the right process for court. Well, they look the same, but it's just a frickin', they're not the same people. Obviously, they look the same, but the assumption is that they are not the same. It's just, I think it would be very weird to have to draw background characters over and over again. The same, like, slightly change them. It would be kind of like a waste of time and money. So better just to use the same ones. There is no room for doubt here. Mr. Tequila's client's goal was to attain this note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Edgeworth, your husband is getting slandered. Yeah, that's true, but Edgeworth was also on this side too, remember? In the case for him, he was put in this position too. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. Irk, how am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there's two diddly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry. I have to figure out... You're asking me to do a 50-50 shot here, man. You're asking a lot of me. You're asking a little bit too much of me. The note or the figurine, which one of those should I pursue? Probably this. Because we know a lot about this, so this. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it.
It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook.
I think Your Honor believes that Menengard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Cordy until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I'd say that Mr. Engard could have not known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in the right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. That is true. Why would he go through all the trouble of paying an assassin for something that he didn't know what it said? I guess is the question. Order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? it's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one.
Fortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself.
Joy!
I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession.
Mr. Ongard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went as far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses.
And
the victim, Juan Cordia, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Ongard.
Order! Order! And Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. The defense is in love with something or someone else too. Well, a lot of the internet would agree with that statement. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in that stuffed bear's eye. But this camera I have is not the same one. Last night...
Excuse me, sorry.
Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this.
Gumshoe's bug sweeper.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Vanguard's fingerprints were on there?
Well, Phoenix, looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh?
What am I supposed to say to that evidence?
I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Ongard learned of this note through this. He was watching the victim all along.
You got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that.
Hey, no. What is that? What's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shh, stop, don't look at him.
Please, sweating is just so ew nasty.
Phoenix.
Yes, Chief?
Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet?
What I'm gonna do next? Does running away like a frightened child work?
I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to pulling the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing.
Well, what is it, Mia?
There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate.
Something he should investigate?
I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the items when he had the chance.
Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this one piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Present evidence. I have an objection, Your Honor.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
That better? Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. One piece of evidence? Yep. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. There's a lot of... You have to pick one. Whee!
Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something?
You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. I think... Is it this? No. Okay, so I guess we'll do the other one. I was like, Alright, that is Miss Impact's no, right? Who knows? The court layout is pretty weird now thinking about it. Yeah, but it's been consistent in the series since the beginning, so it's kind of, like, iconic. I mean, sure, this note was found inside the spare, but the spare was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on this note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, so, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting...
Mr. Wright, are you saying this note is fake? A fake?
Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Ungard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake note and put it into the spare?
How dare you?
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? He's not wrong! Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could have solved the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Mr. Matt Ungard.
I did no such thing.
Right, if you're going to pronounce this note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Wow, he just smacked it in Edgeworth's face. That's the first time we've ever seen that. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this note?
It is as the defense has stated, that the handwriting has yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible.
That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix.
The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Milo will physically be able to make it another day. I would hate to be their marriage counselor when they argue. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that either. I don't think you want to be in the same room. I think you'd just be hearing smashing desks over and over and over again. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time.
Ungard's guilty. Look at any idiot can tell you that.
I think we've reached the end of the line.
Guilty, 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 guilty.
As you can tell, the jury is a little bit much. She's safe! She's safe! What's that sound? It's Gumshoe. Beep. Hello, Gumshoe? What is with him, and what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer?
He got away.
What?
I'm sorry, pal, I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. Wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do.
Anyway, what's going on?
We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them are already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for him, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
Come on, how much time do you need, man? But...
Don't tell me we don't have any more.
Yeah, I know Gumshoe is trying his best. I can't blame him. Please, Gumshoe. As you can tell, the jury is about to frickin' destroy the court. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head.
Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come to this far end. Oh,
what is it?
let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. take that. What was that animation? Go catch him, boy. What was that animation? I love it.
Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you gotta buy us some more time.
Court is in session.
Beep.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. Thank you. Goodness.
Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of your time, Your Honor.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary test on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for the day and then reconvene tomorrow? Nick really threw his phone at Edgeworth across the room. Hey, when you're desperate, man, you'll do anything here. It's like, here, take it. Take it. He's on we're on a tightrope, like a very thin tightrope, man. One misstep and we're done.
30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for.
Please, Your Honor. Very well.
Yay, Judge! Thank you.
At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Thank you, Judge. March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Right, well, what's going on with the Maya situation?
To kill her, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. It's pretty cool seeing, I really liked the use of that take that sound effect. I did. I think it was a really cool... It was beautiful and silly at the same time. It matches the freaking levels of this game and its seriousness and absurdity, and it's beautiful. It is perfection. Ugh. Okay, report.
Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time, just spit it out.
Right. Looks like we just missed them, sir. Tequila left a few things behind by accident and is rushed to get away.
A few things?
Can we use any of them as evidence?
Ho ho ho.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Yep.
I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over.
Really?
That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When no guys weren't looking, I swept the stuff and ran.
Oh my gosh, come on. You already lost your job. You were reinstated. How are you going to keep your job, man? I trust you. Oh my goodness. What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to.
Edgeworth and Phoenix are worried about their daughter. Please come shoot. Yep.
I'm really sorry, sir, but I gotta put the law on the hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. Gumshoe is the unsung hero. Praise the Gumshoe.
With my hook of a junk car, I'd say I'd be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light.
Are you insane? Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. What the frick was that?
Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me.
No one can stop me.
Well, I know he's alive, because he's in other things. Yet he's going to end up somewhere. My goodness. What happened?
It sounded like he had an accident. Guessing his cell phone broke as well.
What was he thinking? We gotta hurry and call for help.
But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them.
No, we can't let that happen.
Well, there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? I'm assuming yes. Yeah, frickin' Gumshoe, man. There is a way. That's right, there is a way.
What? How?
I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Dig in there, transfer data. There's gotta be something.
Right, we're not in the middle of a mock trial here.
Guess this won't work, huh?
I guess it's up to me, alright? I will think of something on my end. Don't get your hopes up too high, but I'll try my best.
Let me see, do I have to have something? Oh. Oh, yeah! I know what we need. Sorry, I looked at the frickin', the walkthrough thing, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that is a thing. I forgot.
Why are you bringing up Francisca at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have.
She has a tracker on Gumshoe. Francisca, will she even want to help us? Edgeworth.
What is it?
I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent, and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Right. Doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears, whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided.
The verdict.
Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here?
Yes, bailiff?
There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
Alright, we're into the freaking endgame now. Wow, that was taking a turn after a while. Yeah, I hope Gumshoe is okay. I know he's gonna be okay because obviously he appears in the future. But man, that probably freaking hurt. Like, come on, man. Gumshoe doesn't deserve this treatment. Yeah, we're just gonna do our best. Okay. Roses are red, I ate a table, this is why I'm okay. Hi, cat. Boy. March 23rd, 2:35 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. What a way to come in. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. A bottle turns to a glass. Well, is the bottle, it's okay. Gumshoe was built like a truck, he's going to be fine. Probably not even hurt, but bye. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on there. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready? Where? Where what? What is going on? We're at the last half. We're in the second part of the trial. If that's what you're asking. We're in the second. We're in the last half of the trial. So like the ending half. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. It's a bad trick I saw. However, why do you seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? Looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court of the results of the... It's a bad trick. It was editing a mistake. Yeah, that can happen. Handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impacts herself. It is a fake. Really? I did not expect that. Where is her note, then? Order, Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impacts, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Cordia. Mr. Cordia? Well, looks like Miss Impacts never left a note after all. She never wrote anything about Ungard. However, Your Honor, even though this note is indeed a fake, Mr. Ungard could not have known that, and so that the facts remained unchanged, acting under the assumption that if it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. This theory that Ungard had no idea that the note was a fake, something seems a little wrong with it. This whole case is dark. Yep, this whole case has a horrible dark... I think it's one of the darker cases. Well, I think Mia's case was pretty dark too. But yeah, there's just I think a lot of them. Present evidence. The defense believes that the theory that the prosecution has stated contradicts the testimony. If anything the prosecution brought up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Ungard to not know it was a fake. I'm assuming it's the picture with her handwriting. No? Why? Why is it not that? Why? You would think it would be. Okay, fine. I guess I don't present evidence because the judge is a little bit cranky. Okay. This case is freaking... Alright, it's no use. Something feels wrong, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Actually, there is something I would like to ask. Mr. Edgeworth, you had stated something earlier to the effect of, the defendant had spied on Mr. Cordia's private life. I believe this would mean that he would have known about the note as well. Wow, Judge, you're on my side right now? What the frick happened there? That's it. Yes, and so naturally. This means Mr. Ungard would have known that that note was a fake. The other judges of meanie. Yeah, the other judge that appears is a little bit of a me. There's like 3 judges. I can think of 3 judges that exist in this series. I think one has red hair, and then the other one has a black beard? I think. Ugh. You'll see him in the next case, I believe. Maybe. Order, see here, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I was the one who thought of the spying thing. Jumping in and stealing my thunder like that is simply... I can't even describe it. Ah, yes, sorry. I could have even bragged about the embarrassing Edgeworth to my grandchild, had you not? For that, I assign you a penalty, Mr. Wright. Excuse you? What? If only I kept my mouth shut. There's like 8 judges? Is there 8 judges? I know this is an important trial. I need to check this. Ace Attorney judges. I need to know how many judges there are. I want to see. Well, we have all of the quotes from him. My goodness. Because I think he has a brother? Associates. An unnamed younger brother, an unnamed wife, an unnamed grandson, an unnamed grandnephew, an unnamed granddaughter. Okay. He's freaking 5'7"? Wow. Okay, category judges. Let me see. Oh yeah, there is. How'd you know there was 8 judges? You got it right on the ball. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna show this because this fascinates me. Like, you got it exactly correct. That kind of intimidates me. Like, what the heck did you do? Ignore the ads. They are not there. They don't exist. Alright, I just want to show this because that, like, I can't believe you got it. Like, exact number. So this is all the judges. At least right now in the series. So we got our judge that we know. I've never seen her before. I haven't seen him before. I haven't seen him either. Or this one, but I have seen this one. And I have seen this one. Good job, Cat. I applaud. I'm in shock. Oh, I guess we have, and then you have like this. I'm very impressed. I did not expect that. Like, I didn't think there was that many judges. I thought of like 2. But yeah, that's impressive. I just need to check. Is this one with the freaking what is it? Dr. Layton thing? Legal League of Ace Attorney. I'm assuming it's. I'm more surprised than you. Yeah, I'm just like, wow. Let me see. Legal League of Attorneys. Okay, that's just that. So yeah, there's 8 of them. So that's kind of cool. What if that is a miracle? That I didn't know there was that many. Is this one in the old times? Yeah, there's 8 judges. Yeah, there's 8 judges. Okay. Huh. Okay. What about... I'm just looking real quick to see what these different people are for. So it's with the blah blah blah. So the Is this in the Do you have one of those judges to get... Do one of those judges get to appear here? Yeah, one of them does. Oh, she's from that. Okay. Okay, I understand now. Yeah, my assumption is... Well, I can pop it back up. Why ads? Go away. Pop it up here. So, my assumption... Because I think Kat said that there was going to be another one. If anything, the one that we're going to see is the younger brother. this guy, which I think is the judge's brother. I think. She's from Ace Attorney Edgeworth, the Edgeworth series, the second game. This one's from the past one, like Phoenix Wright's ancestor. He's one of the judges. I think that's also this guy. He's also from the past, is a judge. So these two are from the past, like really far past. This is from when he goes overseas, and it relates to like, my goodness, what are they called? People like Maya in Korean Village. This one I think is from the, I think it's Professor Layton, or it's this one. One of these is from Professor Layton. Because there's a Phoenix Wright game that has Professor Layton in it. So, we learned something new today. Let me see. That is easily lit. Is this... Where the frick? I think this is Layton's. Alright, associates. Let me see. What one is this? Ah! I hate ads. They're so annoying. Go away. Yes, okay. So I don't know who this frickin' one guy is. He has less information about him. Is he in here? Huh. Oh, okay. Alright, I have figured out everything. We'll continue, I promise. I have figured out who all the judges are. Okay, so scroll up. So this is our judge, the judge we've known since the beginning. This is his brother, who appears in, I think, the next game. She appears in the... Oh my gosh, Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney series in the second game. These two are from people related to... Oh, I mean, Professor Layton is British, but it happens in modern times, so I doubt the British Empire still exists in that game. I was gonna get to that. I figured it out. So these three are in the game with Phoenix Wright's ancestor. So these, because he's the British Empire when he's the judge. Okay, this guy's the judge in Japan. This guy's the judge in the British Empire during the time, because Ryunosuke, who is Phoenix Wright's ancestor, he goes over to England. This guy is the judge for the Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright game. This guy is technically a judge, but he's around the same period as these two. So technically he is a judge. So yeah. Neil Armstrong doesn't look like an Ace Attorney character. Bro should be fired than game. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. But it says, like, I hate ads. Anyway. Oh, well, that's probably spoilers. Anyway. We'll probably forget about it later. The point is, that's all of the judges in the current series. So Nick has a Japanese ancestor. Yes, he does. Yeah, there's a whole game that you play as Ryunosuke, who is Phoenix Wright's ancestor. It specifically says that. So I don't know if he's decided to go to the US at one point. But yeah. He has a Japanese ancestor, which is very cool. Very interesting. Alright, we will continue, I promise now. I just wanted to... because Kat said that there was 8 judges. I was like, Is there 8 judges? So yeah, I guess Phoenix's ancestor deals with a lot more judges than he does, which is interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna drink some water and then we'll continue this. Does Ryunosuke have the same hair? Like, is the hair hereditary? Kind of? Ace Attorney Ryunosuke. Kind of? It's not as bad. I hate ads. It's not as bad as Phoenix's pointy hair. I can show it real quick. So it's there. It's there, but not as bad as Phoenix. But yeah, this is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Goodness. I'm probably butchering his name. I am so sorry. Ryunosuke. The last name is freaking giving me difficult time. But yeah, associates nicknames. Associates. Aliases. Didn't have document last known. But yeah, was an ancestor of Phoenix Wright who lived in Japan during the Meijing era. Goodness. So yeah, I know a lot about his journey. Yep, nothing wrong with that. If you enjoy the series, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's the ancestor that we have recently learned. Is barely even there. Things just had to a wacky sense of style. Yeah, I won't disagree. I'm just saying you can see the resemblance. They look alike. You can definitely see that his ancestor their faces are very similar. And they have a little bit of a spike. But yeah, not as bad as Phoenix over here. Alright, so we will continue. So then, the defendant knew this note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it is not as if Mr. Engarde murdered Mr. Cordia 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Yeah, we went down a little finish right now. We got Phoenix Spike. Yeah. I don't think anyone will disagree that he got spiky hair. Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who had dug his own grave. As I figured. Dang, Ryunosuke is like Phoenix's great-great-grandpa. Yep. That's why I said he's his ancestor. Because he's not... I don't think they ever met. So, yeah. It's very interesting to learn about the ancestors, like, oh, I guess I could show... Oh my gosh, I'm getting distracted. I could show Winston Payne's ancestor. I can't believe I remember how to say Winston Payne. Is that the first? No, it's the other one. What is the other one's name? What is his brother's name? Is it his... That's a lot of greats. Yeah. Am I confusing him with the... Yeah. No, Winston Payne. I guess Mia could channel Ryunosuke for Phoenix. Oh, they're like... Gaspin Payne? Blah, blah, blah. Gaspin Payne. Where is the frickin'... Oh, okay, so I am correct. That's his... Okay, I got it. Thank you. That's his answer. It's his brother. Yeah. Okay, now... Okay, thank you. I was like, huh? Okay, so Winston is the same person. He just has a different hairstyle sometimes. I'm like, huh? What did they do to you, Payne? What did they do to you? What did they do to you, buddy? I forgot he had a younger brother. So yeah, I guess I can show, I'm sorry, we are literally going in circles. I'm so sorry, but I need to show, if you think Ryunosuke and Phoenix don't have this similar hairstyle, here's Winston Payne's ancestor. Can you see the resemblance? Just want to say that this is Winston Payne's ancestor. So Winston and Gaspin Payne. Goodness. This is beautiful. This is art. It's like, it's beautiful. The wacky glasses. Yep. This is beautiful. I guess I could show Gaspin Payne too. Which is that one. They look pretty much, the family genes do not change that much. Goodness. The family genes do not go far. They all wear glasses. It's the Payne family, just a bunch of clones. Yes. Yes, it is. They are just a bunch of clones. That's all I can tell you. I wonder what he would look like without them. I think he would have very, wrinkled eyes, because he probably stresses out so much. That's my guess. But yeah, the Payne family is a bunch of clones, and I think that's the joke. Is that for some reason, even though they're not a strong prosecutor, they have strong genes. Oh boy. Okay, for real this time. We're gonna end it right there. I'm going to finish this today. Huh? As you figured.
As I figured, it came down to this after all.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense.
When I heard the results of the handwritten analysis, thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What's next?
What's next?
If the prosecution can prove Mr. Engarde's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle.
Well, I agree with you there.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time.
Oh, well, that's fine.
However, this witness is a little unusual.
Edgeworth's stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth?
The witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the questions of, who was it that hired Shelley to kill her to commit the crime?
That's impossible. Who in the... such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness?
It is,
Yes, go on, who is it?
The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer.
Oh, Shelley the Killer. Wait! Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? The assassin?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's coming here? To the witness stand?
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is it alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this.
Very well then, the prosecution calls its witness to the stand.
Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? How did you get in contact?
Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please.
I love this. I love it so much. I love it. Oh my goodness, this game is beautiful. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I'm a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here?
Your Honor,
How can you remain so calm, and what is the meaning of this two-way radio?
Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now. It came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. Killer will testify to this court.
So this must be what the urgent phone call we got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. DeKiller himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley DeKiller.
I understand. Please wait a second.
I can't believe his name is Shelley DeKiller. The universe hated him from the start. He had no other option. Yep. It's also a family thing, so he was in the family business.
I'm so hungry.
Maya.
Maya.
A voice. Mr. Wright, can you affirm anything from this? The defense has no objection to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley DeKiller. Looks like we run into another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too much choice under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else.
And what would that be?
At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Cordia. Is this correct?
It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Cordia.
Gulp.
Now then we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client.
Very well.
This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that is it. A bad dream. Shelley DeKiller. What is he going to say? About my client. Alright, I'm ready for this one. Imagine Dr. DeKiller, no one would hire him. Yeah, I wouldn't blame them either. He would have to go to the frickin' government, wherever his government is, and be like, I want to change my name. I can't get a job because of this last name. Goodness.
There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client.
I just love the moving of the radio. Mr. DeKiller seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. Probably.
Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor. Mr. DeKiller is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? Seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor.
There's no way to know what's coming next. Stay cool and collected, Phoenix.
I'll try. I'm prosecuting a radio. At least this one can communicate. It's not like I'm dealing with a freaking bird. Alright, so, we can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients?
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said there's something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means?
Sorry, go on. Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about Maya's situation. Nothing more important than trust between a client and himself. Oh, goodness. The trust between you and your client?
I provided my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I must trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome.
And that is why you're testifying in this manner?
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the DeKiller name so my clients can trust me.
But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust?
It has never happened before, but if it ever did...
Yes?
That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly...
That's enough. Please, no more.
Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway.
It makes sense. I'm not saying it's right, but it makes sense. Goodness. This seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules, acted out of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. This is a trespass that it cannot be forgiven. You. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die?
Oh, no, I didn't say anything.
The judge had better watch himself. You grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Okay, we understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. Ugh, that egomaniac. Monaco. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, this coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff, just tell us the name already.
Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset.
I would. Oh boy. Okay, Cat. Okay.
He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk.
I'm not his therapist, you know.
Joy, 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 joy. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay. The trust between you and your client? Okay, prime services, blah blah. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. Assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Well, they are human. Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. Is that the case? In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek.
You've made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready.
Excellent. And that is the reason I'm here today to witness. I'm the witness now. Okay. So, press on. Okay. I love I have to use this guide because I have to press certain things in certain ways. What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Juan Cordia?
That person's name is... Adrian Andrews.
What? Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier.
Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should know what my own client did was Adrian Andrews.
What? Joy!
This can't be on the phone earlier.
What's going on here?
My guess is that Mr. Tequila just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back.
Stabbed Edgeworth in the back?
I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. Tequila told him a different name. Madame Guard, perhaps.
I knew it.
This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie.
But you were the one who summoned this witness.
You, Shelley Tequila.
My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Miss Madame Guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help cure his acquittal.
Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this.
Yeah. Which is not a great thing. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Therefore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was fake. But most definitely of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all.
No.
With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Man on Guard is innocent.
It seems to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
Beep. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately.
What now? With things going, Mr. Ungar will be found innocent.
I'm going to save right here. Just for my sanity.
This may be our last chance to save Maya.
Yeah, but Edward is right. The killer is lying. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Surely the killer is certainly lying under oath.
It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie.
Miss Andrews.
That note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button donning the necklace samurai costume.
But that's...
If you have you even have a motive. We know that Celeste impacts a large part of your life. Hello! Welcome, welcome. You've come into the heat of everything. You wanted to follow her and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story, who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me.
Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Well, we're gonna save right here. Because that's where I'll deal with a freaking achievement later. Request the trial to continue.
Phoenix.
I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty.
You are a lawyer.
I know. But Madangard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than on guard. Even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it's because of Edred that I know now the real truth. He could have gotten Ungar convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him?
Yes, you do.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. DeKiller. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright?
Right.
But, that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. See through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well. Trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish connection with Mr. DeKiller.
Right away, Your Honor.
Goodness.
Has a verdict been reached?
Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more.
About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for?
Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are, usually done.
What is he talking about? Usually done. But what shall we have him testify about now?
Mr. Tequila, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail.
You legal people and your procedures. It is any wonder no one likes to go to court.
Okay, about my client part 2.
As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I most simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Cornea was dead. But even more appalling is the creation of planting him with the knife and button. The act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken by the rules.
Goodness. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now? However, this time, everything has finally been revealed.
Just a second, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
We still have the cross-examination to do.
We don't need a question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What has this witness had said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. You scrutinize the testimony, then. Then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes 2 of us. That makes 3 of us. It's like, that makes 3 of us. We're almost done. Ah! We're almost there. Okay. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicion on his end, but I'll have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit.
Yes?
How much is your fee?
I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial.
No. I wasn't thinking of hiring. Mr. Wright. Yes? You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? No. Of course not, Judge. We appreciate you. What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor? Guilty. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you are hereby declared guilty.
Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not?
Goodness. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill.
If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job.
Yeah. Well, change in occupation might be good for you.
However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party.
That goes without saying, Mr. Tequila.
And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt.
Goodness. Okay. I'm pretending to be the first person to discover the body and I just need I knew that very beginning. Wow, this is a literally very long testimony. Goodness. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing?
That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney. I would suggest you plan for your alibi, too.
No, I already told you. I have no intention of using your services. Ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? Adrian already knew from the very beginning that Cordelia was dead, so while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. While pretending to be the scene. How many frickin'... Okay. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Alright, let's get this going. I don't want my throat to die before I finish this. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Cordy had been murdered. But how do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass? Mr. Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Cordy had only fainted, which is why this glass of orange juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planted, they would have never left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't it a waste of time to have such a minor detail? It's not very important point anyway, correct?
You underestimate Edgeworth.
I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, then, as you claim, then your client should have knowledge of Mr. Cordy's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all.
Yeah, how would you get paid?
How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation?
Phoenix, the killer figures out what you're up to, we're in real trouble.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you.
Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the quest was taken.
Very well.
Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. He would kill all of us. Yes, he would. I don't deny that, Cat. I don't deny.
I didn't even see a thing. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes.
Okay. It's called request taking. Okay. Okay. So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Apparently, it's this. Alright, so you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was that? With the brief pause, press further. Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I already meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now of any importance? It is very important. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. DeKiller had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he's mistaken. So you're saying that his client was really Adrian Andrews? I guess so.
You see, it's just as I said.
I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here?
Calm down, Phoenix, think carefully and relax.
Now then, would the witness please continue? Week ago, it was a request for service and we met at a certain bar and finds. That is what occurred. I trust my memory and believe there's no mistakes. Did I mess up? Let's try this. I love dealing with the same statement over and over and over again. Woohoo! Alright, come on. It is not very important. Why he meets his client is not important, that's the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I've already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. That's what I thought. I can trust this person as a client.
It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright was very important. Okay, so I had to say one thing. Okay. If I heard what I just think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of utmost importance. Huh? Really?
If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony.
Very well.
Okay. But as we know now, that is not how it turned out, correct?
What do you mean?
I was gonna say, Adrian Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, right?
Well, yes. I suppose you are correct.
So I would like to check one more time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate?
Okay, so we go here. Present. There we go. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar and took the request at that time?
Yes, that is correct.
And that's when you thought he was trustworthy?
How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm so sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
What?
Shelley the Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
But why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip-up. About her.
So what is the issue?
He realized.
What did you say just now? About her?
If you've ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she's a woman.
It broke.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? The witness testified to the following, that he will always meet face-to-face with his clients when they're taking their request. But he's never met Adrian Andrews in person.
Yes, Your Honor. That is the exact point. That means Mr. the Killer client could have met Miss Adrian Andrews.
It's sweating.
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake?
I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor.
Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews.
Yes, Adrian Andrews is without doubt a very androgynous name.
Yes, I see.
And luckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Miss Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with.
Haha! What is going on? Who knew that an androgynous name would save this lady from being found guilty? Shelley the Killer, this court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another.
So does that mean you remember something different now?
Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
Look, I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth, and nothing more than the truth.
Yes, now I remember. I took the request by mail. There had been many times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of one quarter and 2 or 3 other little things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man.
That is very weird. Okay. So you took this job through a letter. You didn't mention anything about a letter in its earlier testimony. Which means he's definitely lying.
Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know. I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we could do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. Aww. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. Freaking goodness, we're almost done. Alright, 1, 2, this. Okay, 2 or 3 other things?
Yes,
And what were these other things?
a few other things that have nothing to do with this case.
What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? No. It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Press further. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes?
everything I've said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client.
Did I screw up?
Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client?
That's...
I smell the stench of a backstabber. Should you turn out to be one?
Wait. Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? Press. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requests were.
If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine.
The bear figurine?
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And where was that figurine?
It was inside Mr. Cordy's suitcase.
And then, what did you do next?
I handed it over to my client and went away.
You gave it to your client? Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Bear. Yes, it is a bear. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony.
As you wish.
So yeah, we got that. But yes, the bear is adorable. She'll need to kill her. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item?
I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony.
I was going to burn it, for her sake.
If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the note out and burned it. Order, order, order. So that's where you two are going. So, by the very fact that this note was still inside the bear, it tells us your client doesn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means... It means, Your Honor, that it's impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Woohoo! Woo, we're getting there. Frickin' hallelujah! Order, order, order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yep.
I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You were supposed to break your end of your agreement. Our agreement.
No, that's not.
That's enough. If this is your intention, then there's one thing for me to do.
Wait, please.
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
No, please. Not that. Please wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I must stay my hand. Otherwise...
I don't blame him. What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should... Edgeworth, can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... Ugh. The prosecution, What has come over everyone? Even you are. The prosecution rests. What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Goodness. Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Engard, would be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Miss Andrews would be charged with murder. Oh. The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense panel remarks. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant, Matt Engard, to the stand.
The items from Killer's Hut didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out.
I can't believe it.
The outcome now lies in your hands.
Dude, the old guy finally did the old guy finally decide?
To be honest, I can't really think of you as truly an innocent and good person.
I don't blame you, I don't.
He's not good or innocent. He's a bit of a devil. Ugh. You've done enough evil to drive a woman to death. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
So, I guess even the old fuddy figured me out.
Mr. Engard?
What a choice this lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just an atrocity, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Boy, should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life?
You better get on guard in a guilty sentence, okay?
But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty, or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matt Engard, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man.
After all, my lawyer's going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt Engard, is save Maya and said the killer kill Engard. Guilty. He's guilty. I believe in Maya. We're waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Engard, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Engard is... She's here to save us! Francisca Bunkarma. What are you doing here? Ow.
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix White? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool.
Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them?
You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Evan, come.
Ma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Yep, she's here. She came in clutch. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine and his injuries are minor.
Yay, and Gumshoe's okay.
I've never been so happy to see Francisca. Yep, all of the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat that is. That's Gumshoe's. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere.
I apologize for its ugliness, but there's nothing else to wrap the items in.
I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a critical piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Haha! We praise the Francisca for this situation. This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it's our duty to examine a piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. Well, you fixed that really fast. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence.
Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it.
This is what we can hope for. The first item is a pistol.
Does the killer pistol have anything to do with this case? Okay, so I can question more details and it doesn't cause anything. Perfect. Does the pistol have any relation to this case?
We have yet to perform a ballistic test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least with me.
That's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it?
That's what I believe, yes.
Oh.
I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent example for the test.
So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francisca. It's probably not going to help us very much. Small caliber pistol that is thought to have been fired by the killer at Francisco.
The second piece of evidence is the videotape.
I bet the killer took that from Ungart's mansion. As for more details. Have you checked the contents of the tape?
Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh yeah.
But I would speculate this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it.
The killer went back for it?
That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man.
One of the items retrieved, the killer violently tried to recover it. Contents unknown.
The last piece of evidence is the bellboy uniform.
Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? More details. Was that used during the crime?
I am almost certain it was. There was even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets.
There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder.
There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform.
And what is that?
There is a button missing on this uniform.
A button?
A very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would prove us with an interesting clue.
Bellboy's uniform added to the court record. Worn by the killer on the night of the murder. One of the special buttons is missing.
This is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure we were under normal circumstances. These items from Shelley the killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing.
It is who is the client.
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful, absolutely splendid. The judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix, I knew it. There's no such thing as miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. If you come this far, you can't give up now.
But no matter how you think about it, it's
Try, for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation. For us.
2. The first,
Make Ungard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
huh?
The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Ungard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go.
That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible.
The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Ungard. If Ungard were to no longer think of if the killer were no longer to think of Ungard as his client, then he would let Maya go.
Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else.
I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but you can make either one happen. It would truly be a miracle.
The bigger problem is, the judge has already said that he didn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them.
Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us?
The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around?
Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it?
The person who needs the evidence?
The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence, and that is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all, and that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
Goodness. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading the thing. There are no objections to this time. I just need to save. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all just respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying it is us that needs evidence, Your Honor. Needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. One chance. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
That's impossible to turn the situation around in one try.
One try, that is all I will permit. I have to try to remember everything that has happened to this point. I think Phoenix. There must be a way to save Maya while taking Ungard down at the same time. I know that stinky person. Yeah. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to? I see. And what now? Tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Dun 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 dun. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright, it looks like I managed to convince him. We're almost there. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence.
Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I hear you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, so I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you're on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted a camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews?
Be quiet and listen, Yolam.
Yes, sir. Your client specifically specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
I think it's obvious. Very fast better state the case.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Why did Ungar film the crime scene? The reason why he did is that is my ticket out of this whole mess. Yeah. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said.
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I could keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want.
That was your undoing. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelley the Killer? Someone's not happy.
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural, that is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots for how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client.
I have one question for the witness.
Yes.
You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony.
Yeah, the radio's sweating. Yes, it is.
You said that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, the client would become my next target. For the honor of the tequila name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
Oh, revenge is sweet.
I see. That's all I wanted to know.
So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright.
Yes?
My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I would now return to you, your precious item. What? I'm not an item. She's free!
Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Thank goodness. Yep. Frickin' thank goodness. The assassin is reasonable. This case has taken so long. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I actually am I don't quite know what just happened there. with the client and the witness, and she's free. Yep, she's free. Miss Von Karma, where did that...
She's always has you in her sights.
Now, I believe it's time for...
Finally hand down a verdict.
Bum, 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 bum.
Sucker. And his code of honor. Yep, we salute the killer here, man. He is... His code of conduct, man. Mr. Ungard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. Wait, but if Matt is guilty, who won the case? We won. Because Maya's safe, that's all that matters.
But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does.
We all...
I'm sure you understand what I mean if you watch this video.
Help me.
Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please.
Phoenix lost then. Technically, but it's not like a win or lose situation. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright?
We have finally reached the end of the very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape from now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you.
Right, Chief. Plead guilty. Men on guard. Even though I am a lawyer. Yeah, but justice was done and Maya is safe. I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here.
Me? My wonderful self? Guilty?
Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. Sweet, sweet relief. As always, it looks like we've uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard?
I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of leather right about now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes.
I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair.
She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. And Phoenix got paid anyway, so he pays the fights for capture after he ran, so better red lights. Yep, we'll be good. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did.
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, then there's no concern of me.
But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. Not again, yells in debt.
I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
Aw. Of course. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yay! March 23rd, 5:14 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
You were great out there, Phoenix.
What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've gotten your client off. But you got them a guilty verdict this time.
But you have to look at the past, all that, to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right?
Yes, I understand now.
Phoenix, think back for a second, thinking to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence.
Yeah, it's been It's been said how successful Phoenix actually is. Like, he makes good money, or does he barely get by? He's famous enough. Like, that's how we got in this situation, is that he's famous. So he's a very well-known defense attorney. So yeah, both.
Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Okay, we're not going through this again.
Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right.
Edgeworth?
I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Yay! Really?
Pearls,
You're telling the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
yes, she's quite safe.
But being well-known doesn't pay the bills. Well, he ends up having to pay for certain damages and things. And food for Maya. And pearls. So there's a lot of things. And rent. So it's difficult.
She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Ah, Mystic Maya's safe. We did it, we really did it, Mr. Nick.
Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid.
I believed in you.
Maya's safe. Yep.
Kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her, Mr. Nick will save her. Whoa!
Thanks.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
I'm still in debt. Hello, you. About earlier. Thanks? Ow. Why are you still smiling? Mr. Phoenix White. You lost. Your perfect ring record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you?
Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that, and I was like that myself until a year ago.
Edgeworth?
For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts.
Oh, we're doing this again.
I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my unusual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then,
This freaking case.
it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for that, all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
As well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. It was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
What foolish nonsense.
We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant, but every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well.
Aww. What? You trusted your enemy?
Doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses, the truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold in everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It is never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth?
Yes, that is the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory. Ran away into the night.
Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down. when you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I had told myself. You pathetic fool.
Miss Von Karma?
I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of disgraced loser. If Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. Neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Francisca threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this motivation.
Live to kill Bear before to kill him.
You should keep this, right?
Okay.
Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Aw, look out. Cute.
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through.
Goodness. Yay! What? Why?
You got Ungar convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me.
Yay. Yep. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You really like to be standing here.
Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly.
Is it really that easy to do something like that?
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it. Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from when I was who I was a year ago.
Oh, she's probably so hungry.
All right. I think it's time we go out for this out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Grub. Chow. I'm starving. I'm so hungry even you even look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick.
You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please.
Oh, if you insist.
Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up the awesome evening and got in the way of our gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast.
Another feast?
Come on, Nick. Food!
March 23rd, 7:38 p.m. Gateway Hotel lobby.
Hey pals, I don't keep you guys waiting.
Gumshoe, are you right?
Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
Telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him?
Y'all did it again, city boy.
And the whole family is going out to eat together.
Yep. Felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. And I ain't joking.
Yeah, I was more excited than the last episode of the Steel Samurai.
No more fluffing tip, I hate Pike life. Thanks.
Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor, don't you reckon be bowling Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight even.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, come on now, everyone gather around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by the general professional photographer.
Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera. Of course she did. Why wouldn't she?
Well, pal, at least we can put this mess behind us now. Come Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
The worst thing of this case is that the two shows got canceled.
Yeah.
That is true.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day detective. Huh, me? You really think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending.
Well, you know, it's, Huh? Wait, that's odd. When I ran off with the things from Tequila's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What?
The worst thing in this case is Phoenix getting more yeah.
4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was a 4th item? Yep, he pulled through.
Oh, come on, over. Oh, come on, y'all, it's over. But woo boy, I tell you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never dull moment with you, huh? You think?
What did she look so happy about that?
But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you all had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Miss Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
I'm sure it's nice to finally see them both smiling. What is it, Edgeworth?
This thing is picking up something up.
Oh, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. Can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
And you've eaten way too much, you glutton.
I've had fun tonight. Now if you excuse me.
Wait,
What?
I just wanted to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there.
If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right?
I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel.
What's this?
Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. Damn, Rip Maya. He's very you and her.
You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job.
Looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Miss Maya.
Yes, Pearlie?
I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearlie, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway, so who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda put your name on the bill.
Huh?
Yeah, I got me in a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here to be worth about $3,000.
Probably no. Yep, Nick has a husband. Yes. Oh,
Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all.
huh?
Isn't it great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
Oh, you don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal, time to let it all out.
This is gonna be the first time I hear the real you.
Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then, if you say so.
Yay!
It's finished, finally.
We did it. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro.
This is why I want to know how much money he's bleeding like a stock pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an awesome last case.
I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. I'm so happy for the 2 of you.
Maya was called a glutton.
Speaking of which, I think this hotel's a particular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made a reservation for the 2 of you just in case.
My gosh. Pearl. Can we not? Bum ba da dum bum.
Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief and he got me reinstated for my sake. He said things like, letting that one go is bad for all of society. I knew what crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal.
Pearl, shush.
I'm Maggie Byrne and I'm retiring this uniform as today, sir. I'm going to be waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
Yes, are you here to visit a patient? I'm Dr. Hardy, ho ho ho.
Recently,
Yes, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around.
Yes.
But I remember, if I even laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped though. Yes, oh ho ho. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yep, Gumshoe got his job back. It's time to begin our quest of circus domination, sweetie. And let the world know we are serious. I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe.
Hey, Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think that if there's any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at most jokes. Bum-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. Most curls. Represent. We got a new acting cube working up for the Hallelujah Chorus.
Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. Do fair.
What is this, Drat? It's just an only electric razor charging on its stand. I can't believe this. Really, how long do they plan on making me do this? Oh, but it's Edgypoo's idea, so that means they must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I have to get the feeling that they wouldn't forget about me, would they? It's never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to.
Okay, you're gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. My throat is not gonna die because of you, old bag. Goodness. Yes, we forgot about you, but old bag.
I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received your letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all.
Aw.
I'm really thankful to have met everyone.
Well, that's nice. Francisca's trying to make it up to her. This game has had some weird cases, but hey.
It has become difficult to read in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. We may both be blessed with longevity.
You just have a homepage?
What?
Okay.
Bum-ba-da-dum.
Yeah, this game has had its ups and downs, but it ended well. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International departures. Gate 12. Where are you going, Francisca?
How did you know I was here?
With this? Yeah, the killer. Maybe he'll get a different occupation. That would be good.
I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example.
That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash. I promise you that.
Oh, that's all right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting.
Ah. Okay, ran off of the things from the... I was sure I took 4 things in total. At first, I hope he changes his name. Yeah, hopefully he will.
4 things.
It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket.
He put it in here.
Still in the courthouse. Well, the radio was, so...
It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over.
What are you going to do now?
That's none of your business.
That's none of your business. Are you running away?
Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Milfred Van Commer's daughter.
Francisca.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure, such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to.
You may not be a genius like your father, but
you are a prosecutor. You've always been and always will be.
no, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away.
Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to.
Right.
You knew something like this would happen, didn't you?
I guess. How does that get through customs? I must know.
I'm going to say this again. You prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip.
You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on the head without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge.
I see.
You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been up until today.
I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did.
Adrian Andrews?
You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why you're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intent of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Francisca von Kommer.
Oh. I am Francisca von Kommer. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
Aw. She's a little sister who wants to catch up to her big brother. It's so cute.
Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you.
I'll take care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again.
She's crazy. Right, I love their sibling dynamic. It's beautiful. Okay, why is he got his face?
Yay! We're done! We're done! Farewell, my turnabout. Alright.
Well, then Venus and Rude kissed. Alright, well, we're done. I'm tired. So, thank you for watching. And I will be taking a break for the next... I'll be back Sunday. So, I will see you guys then for Subnautica. Alright, so see you later. Bye!